Okay, today's critique will be on Paul Krugman's article from September 1st, 2014, the Medicare Miracle. Now, the professor goes into quite a bit of detail as to the number of reasons that the per cost of Medicare has gone down by approximately $1,000 per individual. Considering there's several million people on Medicare, that's an astronomical amount. It's an incredible amount. And he goes, as I said, he goes into a number of reasons why this is happening. The purpose of my discussion on this today is that it's been far too long for everyone in America to believing what is being said by my sisters and brothers on the conservative side about how Medicare is going to bankrupt us. And of course, they do this sleight of hand in many, many ways in terms of putting Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid all in the same pot, talking about how we need to raise retirement age for Medicare, need to raise the retirement age for Social Security. So they do a lot of conflicting types of things to confuse everyone. Now, the Affordable Care Act has drastically been able to reduce, as in a number of different ways, the cost of Medicare. And the biggest thing about this is that this has recently come out in the last several days, and we have not heard a peep out of our friends at Faux News about that. We have not heard really enough from the other mainstream media outlets about this. And this is catastrophic. No, that's not a good. Stratospheric good news. And that this is why the Affordable Care Act came in. This is how we help take care of medical expenses. This is going to decrease our long-term debt. And we're not hearing enough about it. That we only want to hear the bad stuff. We don't want to hear the good stuff. And the good stuff is always getting drowned out by the bad stuff. But I can assure you that we will continue to hear from our friends on the conservative side about how our medical costs, I'm not even going to use it as the E word anymore, but these are things that people have paid into, earned income that they have paid into for years and years. But Medicaid costs have gone down approximately $1,000 per year per individual. And this is just great news. But I don't think we're ever going to hear anything from our friends on the conservative side. Again, it's just going to be obfuscation, run around, and there's not even going to be an acknowledgement that this has happened. There is only going to be that $17 trillion debt that is, basically debt that based on everything else, nothing else changing from now for the next 75 years or whatever it is. It's really just some faraway fantasy la thing. And of course, there are many, many ways that we can decrease this debt very, very significantly. I don't want to go into all of them today. Just one thing, if we raise the minimum, the maximum amount, which I think is $116,000 on Social Security could be solvent for the next 75 years. Very simple things. But our conservative friends won't talk about that at all. They will only talk about debt for as far as the eye can see. And now that we have one of them that has proven exceptionally successful, Medicare, we're not going to hear anything from them at all. And again, my only point of trying to bring this up is that our friends on the other side do not want to hear good news. They do not want anything to do with Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security to ever work. They want it not to work. And they have surefire ways to guarantee that it won't work. And that is to privatize it. And they will never say that it won't work. They'll say it'll work even better if it's privatized, but it will never work better if it's privatized. Not even remotely close. Will never come close to being able to do it. Are there still efficiencies that we can continue to do to drive down some of these things? Yes, there are. Can we enhance revenues in other ways to help drive them in? Yes, we can. All right. But again, The only thing that we can ever hear from our friends on the conservative side is cut benefits, cut benefits, cut benefits, no spending, no increased taxes, job security, not job security, but job providers. Those who are rich provide the jobs. It's all the same crap. And it just doesn't work. And I'm just saying, I don't see any reason why we need to even listen to the stuff that's coming out on the other side, because it's not even remotely coming close to being true. And I just hope that we can get enough, that there will be enough people who will speak out, whether it's on the progressive side, whether it's in the mainstream media, in the fact that these things are working. They are working well. Medicare is just one of them. Can we do better? Yes, we can. All right, but we're not going to hear that from the conservative side. We're just going to get crying about how our grandchildren are going to have to pay this debt. It's all crap. It's always been crap, and it'll always be crap.